Was there a classic time to be a teenager in Dublin?
I don't think there's anyone.
If you were a teenager, that was the classic time.
No specific era, no.
Okay, is there anything specifically Dublin about these teenagers? Like, is there anything that happened here that didn't happen anywhere else? I mean, I was looking through some of the photos that you have there, and you have, like, it's Kilkenny, but it's Dublin Ted's in Kilkenny or something.
Yeah, there's plenty of photographs of guys going off, like guys into the psychobilly thing, going off to the club foot in London, guys working in London who became skinheads over there and that, you know. There's plenty of pictures like that, but predominantly they're Dublin lads abroad. We don't have a specific Dublin thing ourselves. Never had to. All our youth cultures and that we identify with are all from England or America.
Yeah.
And that, you know, so maybe the urban cowboy kind of the kids and the horses and the ponies. Yeah, that's probably
right. Yeah, exactly.
Uniquely Dublin like.
And like, are there any kind of familiar faces? It's not. I know that's not what it's about, but are there?
There's plenty of familiar faces
right.
that probably won't know they're going to be in the book, but it's them as when they're young punks, young Teds, mods, before they went on to do better things in life.
get a haircut or get a suit or something.
Exactly.
Okay, so just a matter of interest, if people think they might have something, or they think, God, your man might want to put me dad's picture in the book, or whatever, or even me in the book, how do they get in touch with you?
They can email me on my email address is crew71, which is CRU71 @hotmail.com. There's a website, if people are familiar with MySpace, it's www.myspace, and then just type in my name, Garry O'Neill. Or else
2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. Or they can ring me directly on my mobile, which is 087 93 80 261.
Well, we'll put all that on the website as well.
Sure,
the Fanning Show thing, ready one now. So, do you find, or have you found, that like some things can last the space of like, you know, less than 6 months, and that some people might have been photographed looking like this in January, and then, like, you mean, there could have been a punk or a hippie in January, and a goth by the following January.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, do these things come around again?
They do, and that was the idea to spread the book over 4 chapters. The 4 chapters over the decades will show that, like, you'll have people who are punks in 77, punks in 80, punks in 90, in the 90s and that, and definitely as regards becoming something one week and something the next week, that certainly happened in the late 70s, where between 79 and say 81, that 3-year period, there was a huge explosion of youth culture in the city. Punk was still pretty relevant, and the two-tone thing brought him back into skinhead revival, and Quadrophenia brought the mods back, and then a few months later you had the new romantic thing kicked in as well.
The skinheads were in, they were out, weren't they?
The skinheads have been in since 72 onwards. You were in again before punk, and then you were in again during the two-tone and back in the 80s again, you know. So yeah, there is a consistent, a lot of those groups.
And do you go through, like, would you see 9 Inch Nails things at one stage, and then My Chemical Romance 10 years later, kind of thing, or anything?
The My Chemical Romance, that would be the latter end of the 90s. Well, but they probably wouldn't be in. We're going up to, we'd be going up to around 2000, the resurgence and the goth thing with Marilyn Manson and that kind of thing. And the grunge thing of the mid 90s and that, you know. But it tends to repeat itself. But I think one of the ideas as well when we were doing the book was one of the notions was that a lot of this probably won't, the way Dublin has changed and the way things have gone, a lot of this you probably won't see another punk scene in the city, or a skinhead scene, or a mod scene. You know, fair enough, there are guys out there that are keeping it alive, that have been into it since they first got into it back in the 70s, and they still do their thing and live the punk and mod lifestyle.
There's a few texts here just I was a teen of the 80s. Do canvas jeans and crew cuts qualify for this archive?
Yeah, certainly do, yeah.
Yeah, they certainly do. Okay, we can check it all out. Who knows as to where to send them. If you want your picture in a book, it's just sitting there at home and nobody's looking at it, or maybe up in the attic. Any pictures of Rocky De Valera and the Gravediggers? Asks Ringo.
There's one good early one of the band before they became very regulars in the Magnet, etc., etc. Right. Again, if we're going to use pictures of bands, it's when they really literally first started out and they didn't become, you know, they weren't known, well known.
Right. By the way, I should say, don't send stuff to us. I mean, much as we'd like to see them, but we'd rather see them in the book. Send them to Garry and just check out the website and you can find out how to get them to him. Tell that guy I have some early pics of prunes I took in the project. Also a few early fanzines if you're still looking for stuff.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, you get the photos that you've got so far, and one of the main ways you get them, you started by flying stuff around town, word of mouth, National Library, hit list of photographers working at the time, and they were good as well. Has it been tough getting stuff off people?
At times, yeah.
You don't want to mention names because some of it's ongoing. Somebody might have an archive of 5,000 photos, and if you say something bad about them right now, Garry, you're getting none.
Well-known people around town. who do have material and that. Yeah, but no, it can be difficult. Some people will promise you the world, and for whatever reasons they could be tied up with other things, and you can't get around to it. It's frustrating as well when you know people have really, really good.
And all you want is the photos maybe for an afternoon just to scan them, is it?
Yeah, I scan them. People, if they know how to scan them, and just scanned in a high resolution, and then people email them to me, put them on a disc, etc., etc. Some people can be worried about their photographs. I know they're pretty precious, but we don't hold on to
them. Okay, 80% done, or 80% together, or 80% compiled. When are we going to see the book?
At the new year, January, February, possibly, depending on how things go. But the fact that it's close to being finished.
All right. Well, then that picture of someone's dad with the brothel creepers, the DA, the duck's ass, and the drape coat is out there somewhere. So people get in touch with you at CRU71 at hotmail.com, and MySpace as well. And there's 2 R's in Garry. Just check out Garry O'Neill or check out us. Garry, the very best of luck with us.
Thanks
with
for
us.
Dave. Thanks for having me on.
In fact, I hope we get a mention in it saying thanks to the Dave Fanning programme on Radio 1. Anyway, in fact, I was going to play a piece of music that would kind of conjure it all up here, and I've got some great stuff from the 60s. This doesn't really do it at all, but you can pick up a compilation of the 60s and not play this song that I'm going to play now. So presumably, what do the zombies even look like? Actually, I remember what the zombies looked like. They kind of checkers trousers and kind of white polo necks kind of thing.
Whelan's recently.
Really? Yeah. Oh, that's right. They were here when I was away. That's right. They were. Yeah. Were they any good?
I didn't see them. I've seen them a couple of years ago. They were pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a classic song. One of the greatest songs ever written. And it's just 2 verses, the same 2 twice, and that's it. There's no chorus even. All right, Garry. Good luck. Take it easy and enjoy yourself. Let's hope we see it soon.